In the past couple of years, we've seen an increasing number of videos of people being hit with pepper spray. But what's actually happening inside when that chemical attacks your body? We know it causes agonizing, burning pain and makes it extremely difficult to breathe, but how? Does it literally burn your eyes and skin? Does it damage your lungs permanently? Well, today we're going to find out. I'm going to break down the intense, visceral experience of getting hit with pepper spray. Then I'll walk us through the fascinating but terrifying science of how a simple chemical can completely trick your body's pain and nervous systems. Let's check it out. Before a person gets exposed to pepper spray, there's usually a sense of nervous anticipation. You can try to prepare for it, but the reality is almost always different than what you imagined. You might think it'll feel like a really bad hot sauce in your eye, but the actual level of pain is something else entirely. In many police academies and military units, recruits are exposed to pepper spray on purpose so they'll know what it feels like. But more importantly, they learn how to fight through it if they're ever contaminated in the field. The goal is to feel the effects firsthand so they can still function if sprayed during a critical incident. It's about knowing your enemy, even if it's a chemical agent. For us, it's about understanding. We want to go beyond the viral clips and document the physiological and psychological assault on the body. It starts with a simple hissing canister, spitting out a cloudy orange stream. For a few seconds, nothing happens. The spray is an oily liquid, and as it hits your face, it just feels wet. It's a weird moment of calm before the storm. But this oil, called oleoresin capsicum, is the delivery vehicle for a super effective inflammatory agent. Within the first 3 seconds, the capsaicin molecules in the oil find their first target: the sensitive nerves in the skin and most brutally the eyes. The pain doesn't build gradually, it just explodes. It's an instant, scorching heat that feels completely alien. Some people describe it as a bubbling or boiling feeling. Your face twists, not in a way you can control, but in a raw, reflexive grimace. Within about 10 seconds, your body's self-preservation instincts kick in hard. Your eyes slam shut in an involuntary muscle spasm called blepharospasm. Your brain is screaming at the eyelids to create a physical shield to protect you. You can try to force them open, and you can feel the muscles around the eyes straining, but they're not going to open. Your hands instinctively fly up to your face, but in this case, that's a really bad idea. Rubbing it will only spread the oily resin around and make it 100 times worse. At this point, the pain is often described as feeling like hot sand or glass being ground into your eyeballs. After about 30 seconds, you go into complete system overload. Your body's panic response is now in full swing. Uncontrollable tears stream from your eyes in your body's desperate but pretty useless attempt to flush out the chemical, and your nose starts running like a faucet. This isn't like regular crying, it's a full-on emergency evacuation of fluids from your head. The skin on your face turns bright red, not from rubbing but from neurogenic inflammation. The capillaries in your skin dilate and your face feels like it has the worst sunburn of your life, cranked up to 11. All of that takes place in under a minute. But as if that weren't bad enough, next comes the attack on your respiratory system. This is the scariest part for most people. You'll inevitably inhale some of the microscopic particles hanging in the air, and the effect is violent and immediate. The capsaicin triggers intense irritation in the mucous membranes of the throat and lungs, leading to a reflex bronchospasm, which is a tightening of the airways. This causes violent, dry, hacking coughs that make you feel like you aren't getting enough air. Gasping for breath, unable to draw a full, satisfying breath, creates a terrifying sensation of choking or suffocating that can easily trigger pure panic. In just 60 seconds, you go from being relatively calm to being blinded, in searing pain, and fighting to breathe. You have now been systematically disabled. To understand the sheer violence of what's happening, we have to look at the science. What a person feels after being pepper sprayed isn't actually a chemical burn like an acid would produce. It's actually a neurological illusion that the brain believes is 100% real. The active ingredient in pepper spray is capsaicin, the same thing that makes chili peppers hot. Scientists measure the spiciness of things that contain capsaicin on a scale called the Scoville scale. Jalapeno peppers have a Scoville rating of about 5,000, but law enforcement grade pepper spray can have a Scoville rating of over 5 million. That's 1,000 times more hot and spicy. The real magic trick, though, involves a specific receptor on our pain-sensing nerve cells called TRPV1 for short. Normally, its job is to detect things like dangerous heat from a hot stove or boiling water and send a pain signal to your brain saying, "Hey, you're being burned." What capsaicin does is incredible. Its shape allows it to fit perfectly into the TRPV1 receptor, like a key in a lock. When it binds, it tricks the receptor into opening a gateway that allows positive ions like calcium to rush into the nerve cell. That massive flooding sends a huge, continuous signal to the brain that perfectly mimics the sensation of being burned by extreme heat. But your brain can't tell the difference. As far as it's concerned, your face is literally on fire. This activation also triggers the release of other inflammatory molecules, which is what causes the visible swelling, redness, and a second wave of pain. It's a chain reaction of inflammation and agony, all started by a molecule that isn't technically causing any physical burn damage. It's a hijacking of your body's own alarm system. After the initial shock, the fight is still far from over. The decontamination process is crucial. The first step is to get some fresh air and a constant, gentle flow of cold water. You definitely do not want to use hot or even warm water because that can increase blood flow to the area and make the burning sensation worse. And as hard as it may be, you have to keep your eyes open in the stream of water to flush out the capsaicin molecules, even though it's agonizing. You may have heard about milk being a remedy, and there is a sliver of science there. The casein and fats in milk can bind with capsaicin, giving some temporary relief, but it doesn't actually help wash the oily resin away. That's why professionals rely on water and specific soap solutions to slowly and surely remove the oil. After about 15 minutes of constant flushing, you might just be able to speak in short, pained sentences. The fire begins to subside, replaced by a deep, throbbing burn that feels like it's everywhere. Your neck, your ears, your entire head just feels like one big raw nerve. The duration of the pain can vary a lot from person to person. While the peak often lasts for 20 to 45 minutes, the lingering effects can go on for hours. The feeling of helplessness during those first few minutes is pretty profound. You can't see, you can barely breathe, and you're in overwhelming agony. It's basically a complete loss of control, and that's exactly what the person spraying you wants. About an hour after the initial contact with the spray, most people are left completely exhausted. Your skin is still red and sensitive, and there's a dull, achy feeling behind your eyes. For many people, the worst part isn't just the pain, it's the breathing. Not being able to get a full breath creates a level of panic few people have ever known. It gives you a real visceral understanding of what a less lethal tool can do. You realize it's not just about causing pain, it's about complete incapacitation. So what does it really feel like to get pepper sprayed? It feels like a million alarm bells are ringing in your body all at once. It feels like you've been doused in gasoline and lit on fire while drowning in a rough sea at the same time. It's your brain being lied to by your own nerves, and your body paying the price in the most excruciating way possible. What part of this whole process surprised you the most? The science of capsaicin, the way it tricks your brain, or the severity of the experience itself? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.